the first episode of the Irrational Ones podcast. We talk about 21 Savage, saying broke parents are better than rich parents, and we get a conversation going. Listen to 21 and then you'll hear my breakdown at the end.
I be feeling like I don't be doing all the way my job because of my job.
Right.
Type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I be trying to like balance that out, like trying to like, it's like you work to receive, to gain all this success and all the good shit, but it's like, I feel like the best parents, in my opinion, is parents that don't got it all. I feel like broke parents are better than rich parents, in my opinion, because when you broke, you got way more time type shit.
Right.
So you there for like a lot of the shit. Like, yeah, gifts and shit matter, but they don't matter at the same time.
Sometimes all the kid needs is time.
Facts.
Your time.
Facts.
Something that a gift can't replace.
Facts.
You guys, welcome to Irrational One podcast. I'm Sean. 21 Savage had the internet buzzing yesterday. Broke parents or rich parents? That's the conversation today. So let me just break it down. I understand 21's overall point. He's saying if he had less money, less obligations, he would have more time to spend with his kids. He said, but I think he worded it poorly. Like, I think that's one of those things I think if you could probably take it back, it sounded kind of crazy, right? Because at the end of the day, yes, I always I have a good friend of mine, I tell him all the time, hey, he does well for himself. Your kids need more of your time, then they're not gonna remember the gifts. You give a 5-year-old something, they'll play for it for a couple of days, and they're on to the next thing. They'll remember the time you spend. They call me Uncle Sean, right? Because I have a lot of friends who have a lot of kids, and I'm older without my own kids yet, and they all come Uncle Sean, and the kids love me not because what I give them, like material wise. They love me because of the time that I give them. I give them my undivided attention when I'm there for 30, 40 hour and a half. And I love kids. I've been working with kids for 10 plus years. So I love working with kids, but especially when they're mine, my nieces or nephews. I want to show them unconditional love because my uncle showed me unconditional love. My Uncle Russell, he gave me time. Like when I was growing up, I didn't have my dad in my life till later in my life, and my uncle gave me his time. So I always love to be with Uncle Russell. Shout out to my uncle if he's doing well. And so I got what 21 was saying, but being broke is no joke. Having lights cut off, I grew up with that. Having the water cut off, like that's not fun. And my mom always say, and I see her point, but she's like, I wish we had more money because it would have solved a lot of problems. Money doesn't solve all your problems, but it does solve a lot of problems when it comes to material things. Your kids, you want to be able to provide your kids a life they didn't have. 21 grew up in England and moved to East Atlanta, and based off his music, he lived a tough life, right? So he's able to provide his kids a different lifestyle that he grew up in. I think that should be the ultimate goal. Of course, you want to but also having that type of money. I get $100 million one day. When I get $100 million one day, my kids can be tutored. My kids can be on the road with me. They can travel with me. I can make time because I'm afforded that lifestyle that I can take the kids wherever I want, and they can still get their education. They can travel. They can do all those things. I didn't get on a plane till I was 21 years old. My mom didn't have it like that. She had 6 of us. She didn't have it like that. Well, 7, but 6 at the time. Like she didn't have it, so she couldn't afford to travel. We couldn't afford to travel like that. Our traveling was to go to New York and see my grandmother, and then I think one other time we went to Toronto with my great uncle Junior and his wife Liz. But that was it, and it was all by car. We couldn't afford to fly. So, and I do a lot of, very grateful and blessed to be able to travel, do a lot of different things now I'm older. And my goal is to keep it going. It doesn't stop when I have kids. My kids, I don't want it to be 21 when they get off their first plane. My nieces and nephews have been on planes 5, 6 years old. My niece goes every Christmas, we do a family trip to like Jamaica. We did it one year. St. Martin and Anguilla was this year. Next year we'll see where that goes. But I think it's just time. Like I'd rather have money and be able to afford to take my kids to places and do different things and have these experiences. So when they have their kids, they're trying to take it to another level as well. And being broke, yes, you can spend time with them, you can love them, but it's hard when you can't pay your rent, you can't put food on the table, and the stress that you have of doing that. I grew up with a single mother, so I get those type of problems and stress and things of that nature. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. And not saying that rich people, just because you don't have problems, you have other type of problems. One thing it says in the Bible, it says we deal with you're a Christian or whatever, you're gonna have problems in life. It doesn't matter if you have $1 billion. Jeff Bezos don't have problems. He went through a divorce. When you have $0, you're gonna have problems. So, but every problem is different depending on where you're at in your life. More money, more problems. I'd rather have those problems. More money, more problems. I'll deal with them. I'll be fine dealing with them. But I get what 21 was saying. I just think he was off base in delivering how he delivered the message. And that was what I think. All right, you guys, my first Irrational Ones podcast. This podcast and this Irrational One brand is dedicated to kids. I work with kids. Did so many different forms of job working in the Children Behavior Health Initiative program in Massachusetts. I started my own business. My own business is to basically provide mentors for kids, younger males right now. I'll get to women, girls at some point, that I use video game to build social skills, deal with anger management, behavior issues, anything of that nature. I really believe you have to meet kids where they're at. And we're in the digital age, social media age, video games age, that you're able to connect with kids with that. So you're interested, there's a link below. Reach out. I would definitely taking on clients, and something that I will be doing. So I'll be dropping this podcast once or twice a week, on Mondays and Fridays. But today's special, if something comes up, I'm going to pop on and do a YouTube video on. I appreciate you guys' time. Comment below what you guys think about this podcast, but also broke parents or rich parents, what do you think? I'm out.